Coming up in today's episode, we're going to provide a legal update and, importantly, opportunities for businesses in Thailand. We continue our health theme with some very great news for expats living in Thailand and the introduction of a GP system, which we certainly miss from Australia. And finally, we welcome an institution here in Thailand, the women's group, Australia-New Zealand Women's Group, ANZWG.
The Thai government's really focusing on bringing back high net worth individuals into Thailand, as well as making it easier for digital nomads to live here. What they're doing now is providing two avenues to get semi-permanent residence in Thailand, as well as the ability to work as needed. Right. Now the first one is a popular one, which is the Thai Elite Visa. For many people, they've got a Thai Elite Visa or they're using a Thai Elite Visa, but they've got to remember the Thai Elite Visa is a tourist visa. So Thai Elite have, with the government, developed a program where at their higher levels, you can apply for a work permit and basically their visa becomes a gateway to getting a work permit. Now, it's not cheap by any means. You're required to be a high net worth individual and show you've invested approximately $1 million into Thailand. The digital nomad is a person who generates income that's sourced in Thailand or paid in Thailand. So no matter where you live, you're going to be taxable. But your point being, if I want to get the work permit in Bangkok and I decide I really want to live in Phuket or Koh Samui, do I need to get another work permit? Right. Generally, no.
Okay.
We established the Bangkok International Hospital a few years ago. We established the Integrated Care Center. That's how we started. We want this place to be a center for primary care for people, actually for general people, both Thai and foreigners. We realized that in Thailand we don't have the system of primary care. It's not as well known. They may be looking for like, oh, who's going to be my primary care doctor? Who's going to be my the person that I go to when I have any issues, or even when I want a health checkup.
So at the Expat Care Center, we have our own expat care coordinator and a case management nurse or co-case manager to help assisting in making an appointment to see a doctor. The doctor will assess you first, like what the general practitioners in Australia would do, and then see whether you need to be seen by other specialists or not. Like if you have 3 or 4 problems with different organs that require specialist consultation, then our doctor will coordinate with other specialists. It can be either if the specialists are convenient enough to come to the center, you don't have to walk around 4 to 5 different hospitals in the headquarters.
We've been doing a lot of welfare work. We've supported a lot of organizations, and our focus has been around women and supporting children's education. We create a community to help expat women, Australian and New Zealand women, to come together, to form friendships and to bond and to support each other while they're here away from home. And very often, when you a newcomer to a country that you've never been to before, there's so many things that you just don't know about. Like some of them also experience a bit of a culture shock. So say for example, when I came to Thailand, I was surprised to find that I couldn't find a GP. I had to go to a hospital and I thought, what? I can get a GP in Australia, why can't I find one here? But everything is different here. The way we do the things are done, who does it and where you go, they're all different. And that can be quite a bit of a culture shock. Yes. So ANZWG is there as a support system to help these families transition. And to help them do that, we have newcomers morning tea. They come to our morning teas and we have members. They meet and they get to know, and they can find out as much as possible about what it's like living in Bangkok.